and you've got these keyboards connected to Ableton, and Ableton is changing your presets and patches. Now, is that because you're not a good musician? Is that why Ableton's doing that? What's happening, everybody? This is Will. Welcome back to this really awesome series where I'm talking to my buddy Michael, keyboardist for Signalfire. And we're walking through how you're using Playback, walking through why keyboardists should consider and use Playback. But I think we saved the best for last, potentially. I want to do kind of a deep dive into how you're using Ableton, not just for Playback, but to control your keyboards. And in this situation, in this scenario, because we talk a lot about Ableton or Mainstage and keys in the sense of like a virtual keys rig.
Yes.
That's not what we're talking about here. This is hardware keyboards. We have Playback going, and you've got these keyboards connected to Ableton, and Ableton is changing your presets and patches. Now, is that because you're not a good musician? Is that why Ableton's doing that?
Absolutely not.
So take us through what led you to go, okay, I should make the effort to connect my hardware keyboards to Ableton that don't need to be connected to Ableton.
Yep.
And I'm going to figure out how to automate those. Why did you decide to do that in the first place?
Yeah, that's a great question. So back to our previous videos, when I put that 30-minute set together for an opening set we had, I shortened songs and I put transitions super tight. That way we could fit like 11 or 12 songs into a 30-minute set.
Okay.
And still get everything in there. Unfortunately, or fortunately, however you look at it, some of those transitions are so quick and I'm playing that when I go to the next song, my sounds aren't ready.
Yep.
So at that point I was like, well, it's what, 2 cables to plug into your laptop.
Yes.
And so I took the effort and went through every song, and it took me just a few minutes, but like you say, once you do it once, it's done for good.
Yep.
And so I just built in all the program changes. And so now whenever I press play or whenever it goes into the next song, wherever I want it to change, it'll change for me.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So before you demo this, can you show us in your Ableton set kind of what that looks like? Is it a MIDI clip? What is that MIDI clip? And just kind of visually show us that. And then I'd love to see kind of a demo of it happening.
Yeah, absolutely. So if we go into my laptop here, I've got those 2 labeled, the Phantom O and then the Nord program change. So let's find one. So this song, both of them change. So all you do is you create the MIDI track, whatever keyboard that you have, you create the MIDI tracks for it. And then wherever you need it, you just create your little MIDI track right here. And then you go down here, and this is the good stuff right here. So MSB, LSB program change, or in this case, bank sub program. So if we go to this clip, you'll see that is the sound that is on my Phantom O. One thing to look out for that I learned the hard way, and this took me way too long to figure out, is Ableton, and I can't remember which is which, Ableton and Roland. If you go on the Roland site, it'll say a different number, and it's one off because, Ableton, I think, is 1 to 128, right? And then the Roland is 0 to 127.
That's right.
So that took a little bit of time to figure out, so hopefully that helps you out. And then the Nord, though, is actually true to what it is. So you just go in and enter those numbers for the patch that you want. And then, as you can see, I've got it at the start of that song. So whenever I press play, and it'll change to those sounds that you need.
That's great.
Yeah.
And the beauty of this is you do this once,
Yes.
you never have to do it ever again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. One thing that I can show you to be careful for whenever you build super tight transitions is the keyboard may take a little bit of time to load that sound. So like this one, if you zoom in really close, that Phantom O, it takes a little bit of time to get that sound loaded up. So I nudged it forward just a little bit more than the Nord. And it's kind of like trying to find that balance of when I stop playing that sound to when it needs to switch. So that one, I actually took my keyboard in the studio, played along with the track, and found like where I can put that in exactly to where it doesn't cut off the sound, but then it's already loaded to the next song.
That's great. So I'm going to have Michael demo this here in just a second, but I want to make sure everyone understands what's happening. Essentially, Ableton is serving as a invisible, unpaid backline keys tech, right? Instead of communicating, hey, Joey, at beat 4 of measure 27, I want you to change to this patch so that I can just be a keyboard player. You're basically telling Ableton to do this once and never having to do it again. So this is a beautiful thing. Again, a reason to get into Playback as a keys player. Yes, again, we talk about virtual keys all the time. This is not virtual keys. This is Ableton controlling your hardware keyboards. We could certainly do virtual keys as well too. We're not going to talk about this in this series, but this is huge. This is awesome. So Michael, can you give us a demo wherever you think is a good place in the set to kind of walk through this to show us practically how this happens?
Yeah, so I'll take you from this transition with this song, and this is really why I built this, because it was so quick into this other song. And so you hear one part where the tracks kind of fade out and I'm still playing. Just act like the band's playing there, because in the live show we actually are. Okay. Anyways, so one thing you have to worry about in rehearsals too is that I need to go ahead and get this sound loaded up because I don't have the clip towards the end where I'm going to fire that section. It's at the beginning. Okay. One thing you could do if you wanted to for rehearsals is go through and put those clips everywhere. Yeah. Just like you have your guides. So anyways, here we go.
Outro, 2, 3, 4. Last time. It's 2, 3, 4. Too late. 3, 4.
Yeah, so that's basically, you know, I needed that piano on top. And again, that's for sound consistency to front of house. And then I needed that organ sound to come right in after I played that.
That's great. Yeah. Yeah. And again, that is not, Michael is not a fake musician because he had Ableton control presets on that. It's enabling you to actually be a musician.
Exactly.
Instead of putting that in the tracks and faking it, which some people might think that's what you're doing. Yeah. You're playing it live and you're using Ableton to serve you as a musician.
Absolutely.
Which is beautiful, man.
Absolutely.
So cool. Okay, Michael, this has been fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for walking us through everything. We've walked through so much. If you guys want to see more content like this, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you want to contact Michael, stay in touch. We'll put his info below in the description of this video. But Michael, thank you.
Of course.
It's been fun. It's been a good hang. And thank you guys for watching so much. And hey, we'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.